The Little Turtle Who Never Gave Up by Kitty's Tale Studio. The Power of Teamwork and Kindness. After Toby won the big forest race, the forest became very quiet. The sun was soft, the breeze was gentle, and the animals still couldn't believe what they had seen. The rabbit smiled and said, "Wow, Toby really did it." The owl nodded slowly. "Yes," said the wise owl, "because Toby never gave up." Toby didn't shout, he didn't brag, he simply smiled. A small, happy smile. He was proud, but quiet inside. That night, while the stars twinkled above the trees, Toby looked at the sky and whispered, "Maybe being slow isn't bad at all." And then he fell asleep peacefully. A new day, a new challenge. The next morning, the owl gathered all the animals again. The rabbit, the deer, the squirrel, the fox, and of course, Toby the little turtle. The owl flapped his wings gently. "My friends," he said softly, "today we have a new challenge." Far across the forest stood a tall, tall hill. On the other side of that hill was a beautiful valley full of flowers, fresh water, and fruit. But the path to the hill was long and difficult. Steep stones, narrow bridges, twisty paths. "This time," the owl said, "we must travel together." The rabbit gulped. The deer tilted his head. The squirrel looked nervous. Toby felt a little scared, but also curious. The owl smiled kindly. "This is not a race," he said. "This is a journey. We can only reach the hill if we help one another." The journey begins. They started walking. The rabbit hopped quickly at first, then slowed down. The deer stepped carefully, watching the rocks beneath his hooves. The squirrel ran ahead, then waited nervously, and Toby walked slowly, steadily, step by step. After some time, the squirrel slipped on a rock. "Ah!" he cried. Before he could fall, Toby stretched out his little leg. The squirrel grabbed onto Toby's shell. "You saved me," the squirrel whispered. Toby smiled shyly. "That's what friends do." The rabbit looked down. He remembered how he laughed before and felt a little embarrassed. Soon, they reached a small wooden bridge, but the bridge was broken. The deer shook his head. "We can't cross." The fox frowned. "Maybe we should turn back." The owl did not speak. Toby walked closer and looked very carefully. He noticed strong branches nearby. "We can fix it." The rabbit blinked. "You know how?" Toby nodded slowly. "I walk slowly, so I notice things." The rabbit smiled. "I'll help." The deer used his strength. The squirrel tied vines. Toby guided each branch, patiently, step by step, piece by piece. The bridge was fixed. The animals crossed safely. The owl smiled proudly. But then, dark clouds rolled across the sky. Boom! Thunder whispered in the distance. The wind grew stronger. Leaves swirled around them. The rabbit shivered. "I'm scared." The deer lowered his head. The squirrel trembled. Toby closed his eyes and took a deep breath. "We stay together," he said softly. "We walk slowly." The owl nodded. "Yes, slow, steady, and brave." They walked side by side. The rabbit held Toby's shell. The squirrel walked close beside him. The deer shielded them from the wind. Step by step, through the rain, through the wind, working together, no one left behind, slow, steady, together. At last, the clouds drifted away. The sky turned golden again, and in the distance, they saw it, the tall hill, glowing in the sunlight. The hill looked big, very big. The rabbit sighed. "That's too high." The squirrel shook his head. "We can't do it." Toby looked at the hill and smiled gently. "We don't climb it fast," he said softly. "We climb it together." So they began. The deer led strong steps. The rabbit hopped carefully. The squirrel encouraged everyone. and Toby walked slowly, but never stopped. When one animal grows tired, the others waited. When one slipped, the others helped. The owl watched proudly, because this time, no one wanted to win. Everyone wanted to help. At last, they reached the top. The wind was warm. The sun painted the sky gold. Below them, they saw the valley, beautiful flowers, blue rivers, soft green fields. The animals gasped. "It's beautiful." The owl smiled. "You did it. Together." The rabbit turned to Toby. "You didn't just win a race," he said softly. "You helped us become a team." Toby blushed. "I just kept going." The owl nodded proudly. "And you taught us. Slow and steady is not just for winning. Slow and steady is not just for winning. It is for helping, for caring, and for staying together." Toby smiled, a warm, gentle, happy smile. When we help one another, we become stronger together. Kindness and teamwork lead to real success. Now the forest is calm again. The wind is quiet. The stars are bright. Close your eyes, breathe slowly, and remember, you are brave, you are kind, and, just like Toby, you can keep going, step by step. Good night.